What's happening, people? I'm What You Need again, back with another video. Did a couple videos today talking about boxing. I'm gonna talk about some other boxing a little later on today. But first, let me talk about this Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence thing. Now, a lot of haters and detractors out here. There are a lot of haters and detractors out here. What happened with Raleigh Romero? A lot of haters are gonna go in on Mayweather Promotions as if they're the only people ever in the face of the earth that ever did this stuff. I still believe something went on in the background with Mayweather Promotions and Raleigh Romero's fight. Raleigh Romero did the right thing. He fought his fight. Um, I do believe that Raleigh Romero will improve from this. And hearing that he wants to have an immediate rematch, I hope Mayweather Promotions will allow him that opportunity to set the record straight concerning what happened with Jackson Marinez, because Marinez, I think is his name. Why? Because I think that Marinez needs a shot at the interim title, so they should run it back again. All right, that's a fair game, so Marinez could get a shot at the title again, because that's what running it back means. So, like for example, when everybody was saying, "Oh, Floyd, he didn't beat Jose Luis Castillo," what did Floyd say? Run it back again. Let's do it again. Let's run it back, right? Give him back a shot to get back his title. You understand? That's why guys run it back. Okay. Um, so in the case here, Raleigh Romero is doing the right thing. If he does it, he says, run it back. That would be very good for him because he had done something that Canelo Alvarez didn't do. Canelo Alvarez didn't run it back with Sandy Lara when the fight was close. He was talking about how Lara was running and all kinds of bullshit. Now, Raleigh Romero, he was also saying how this guy was running. He shouldn't say that. Raleigh Romero know better. Okay? And the guy wasn't running. He was the one backing you up into the ropes with his body. He was the one banging with you. So he wasn't running, he was countering you sometimes. So Raleigh Romero, you got to up your game and get back to the drawing board. Hopefully you win, and I wish the same for the other guy. I wish the other guy wins as well because I like how that other guy. I want to see Marinez again. I want to see him again. I definitely want to see him again. He's a hell of a fighter. He won this fight. He won this fight. He won the A side again. And every time there's the A side, we see bullshit happening with A sides. And this needs to get stamped out of boxing. Somebody needs to look at those judges and ask them, how did you score this fight this way? Somebody needs to find out that because these judges, they keep on scoring the fights ridiculous. And I was glad when it almost universally everybody agrees, we all agree that this was not right. Something was wrong with this fight. Okay. And promotional companies need to be held accountable, especially ones that we expect to have higher standards. They need to be held accountable for this. So Mayweather Promotions, whether it's the CEO Leonard Ellaby, whether it's Floyd Mayweather, y'all need to get your shit together, okay? Because if y'all say that they have scoring against your fighters, it happened with Battle Jack. Y'all know what it is to feel. Don't get into that shit. Don't have your name associated with it. And if you wasn't associated with that and the judges did that, then you should hire an investigation into it. And y'all should set the record straight and say now something wasn't right with this fight. The way how the judges scored it, it was a closer fight than that. Because if Mayweather Promotions, you say you're the past, present, you're the future of boxing, then and entertainment, then set the record straight on this shit. Somebody come out there and say, no, something's not right here. All right. There was another bullshit thing I remember happened with Mayweather Promotions where Mayweather's, it wasn't really bullshit, but nonetheless, where when he was facing Marcus McDonough at a lower weight class, he put up also his super welterweight belts. When fucking Marcus McDonough had never been at super welterweight, but we now have Tank with Leo Santa Cruz, and Leo Santa Cruz has never had lightweight, but he might get the lightweight belt. So, I mean, I ain't too mad about that, but I'll say this. I will say that it's still kind of stupid to have people and Mayweather Promotions already got a lot of haters, man. There's a lot of fucking haters out here that would want to gun them down. You know what I'm saying? But Mayweather Promotions to try and keep themselves above board, don't use your clout to influence fucking fights. Let the fighters you get them to where they need to be for a world title, and don't fuck up the fight. If the other guy wins it, honor the other guy, etc. And your guy will just have to find another way. All right. And so far, man, with the promotion's been clean. I never seen this happen before. Okay? What the fuck? Don't have your name associated with that Mayweather Promotions. Don't let that happen to Leonard Ellerbe. Don't let that happen to Floyd Mayweather. And ain't no way, no way in fucking hell you could tell me that that fight was 118, 110. Rolly Romero didn't win 10 rounds. Fuck out of here. He didn't win 8 rounds either. Fuck out of here. Nobody can convince me of that. I know boxing. Okay? Somebody will need to answer to that. And the fact that it's a big, big stink is because, and y'all know this Mayweather Promotions, y'all held to a different standard. All right, y'all are head to the different standard. So don't bullshit us now. And because everybody's saying it. And PBC fighters, people even in your fucking stable saying that. All right. So, and Rolly Rivera is not shit. He's not shit at all. He was telegraphing some punches and stuff, but he's not a shit fighter. He got good defense and so on. He's not a shit fighter. So anybody going in on Rolly Romero, fuck y'all. No disrespect, and I'm cussing some cuss bombs. I'm sorry about that. Rolly Romero is a good fighter. All right, he still has a lot of learning to do. This was a stiff challenge. They gave him the decision. Okay, it could have swung his way if you scored all the swing rounds for him. You know, he would have got it 7-5. But as I see it, that fight wasn't 7-5. Rolly Romero, in my personal opinion. So and it's just straight boxing. It don't matter if you know boxing. You can't fit that thing that fandangle your way through it because when you look at all the four criteria, the other guy was doing it better. All right. Um, but nonetheless, I want to say that there are a lot of fucking haters out here. They're haters of Errol Spence. They started off with being Terrence Crawford fans, but you also got other haters. Other haters of the PBC, the wide haters of Al Heyman from day one and Mayweather, right? So because PBC is doing certain things, there's a lot of haters out here and they fucking hate these guys. All right. So when you see ESPN analysts and writers writing about Danny Garcia beating Errol Spence and bullshit like that, which is to me doesn't make no fucking sense to me because just looked at Errol Spence's last training video with Aki TV. Shout out to Aki TV, and Errol Spence looks like Errol Spence, you know, and he'd been sparring and everything. So he healed up pretty well from the accident, and now he's bringing himself back into shape and into order, and we'll see what happens. And then Danny has improved some, and he's gotten bigger and stronger. Some people say Danny can't go up to 154. Danny could go up to 154, and he can win a title up there. Um, it more than likely be the WBO title, but he can win a title up there. There's some big dudes up there, but I still think that Danny could do it. You know, now there's some bona fide 154 pounders, but I think Danny can mess with all of them. I think Danny's a guy. The thing about Danny is his style. So once Danny can move a little bit more, which he did against Adrian Granados, if you could do that and do it successfully, he'll really do a lot better. So his thing is movement. Oh, man, it's so hot tonight. So I just wanted to get this out there that Errol Spence is ready for Danny Garcia. I can see that his body's in shape. He's getting back into shape, and Danny Garcia hits like a mule. But once you have good defense, good movement, using sticking behind the jab, um, keeping him off balance, engaging with him when you need to engage him. In the later rounds, Errol Spence could take Danny. He might even stop him. Well, nah, Danny's kind of bigger now, but he could pile on, compile pressure, compile problems, and really have Danny fizzle out in the later rounds. I still think that Danny, as tough as he is and hanging, and a tough Philly fighter, pretty decent defense and stuff. I still think that Danny could get manhandled by Errol Spence once Errol Spence picks his spots. You know, fights him from a distance, from range at first, and then comes on the inside and does what Errol Spence do best: find his way to the inside and work the body. I think he could break Danny down and probably even stop him. Danny's kind of big and strong. He's a very big, strong welterweight now. He's big, you know, and Terrence is also a big, strong welterweight as well. So it might be as easy anymore as I thought when they just came in for Errol to stop. But again, it depends. Working the body. I was looking at Sugar Ray Leonard versus Thomas Hearns, the first fight, And I was really listening this time, and this corner was yelling, "The body, the body, the body! Go to the body, the body, the body!" Because in the sixth round, he hit him with a liver shot, and Hearns felt that shit, and that's how Leonard took out Thomas Hearns. He went to his body. I said this a long time ago, but I never really listened to the tape. And the game plan that they had for the first fight is the same game plan they had for the second fight. The only difference was Thomas Hearns was smart enough to know how to cover his head and his body. He would bend low and protect his whole body and his head, you know. But in the first fight, he didn't know what the fuck to do. He got hit with body shots and he was like, "Oh shit!" And Leonard kept him going to that liver shot all fucking night from the sixth round to the final round. He just he dug to the liver, and he was landing spleen shots, was trying to jab to the pit and all of that, and he closed the distance on Hearns. And that's how he took him out. Body shots. I told y'all Hearns was soft to the body. I told you he was soft to the body. That was the plan. That's what you gotta do against guys that box you with jabs and shit. You gotta break their ass down. More importantly, if Leonard was even more strategic than that, he'd slip the jab and always try to go to the body, then come over the jab with a overhand right. I know Hearns had a long jab, but he could still slip and slide, slip and slide. Well, Leonard didn't slip and slide, but nonetheless, slip and slide to the inside, or just slip to the outside and then bang the right to the spleen. Keep on hitting him to the spleen. He gonna bring down his jabbing arm. He can't jab. You see what I'm saying? Can't jab all night. Um, so that's what Leonard needed to do. Leonard and Hearns and they used to punch really, really fast, really fast. But he used to put everything into their punches. And I try to explain to people that will burn you out and tire you out faster. Tank is now using the right technique to throw his punches, where not everything needs to be crisp sharp, and you vary it. You know what I'm saying? You vary your punches, you vary your power, and when you're ready to really hit the target point that you're looking for, then you launch your power. You know, and Leonard Hearns, they really put the gusto into it, and they were quick. Don't get me wrong, they were quick and they were fast. But too much. Sometimes you put too much leverage into a punch. I see Canelo do the same thing. We saw Rolly Romero load up, so he was loading up. You know, not just letting it fly, but he's loading up on him. And sometimes that lag time, that delay time, that arcing shot could produce a lot more effect on the body than just a straight, you know, quick shot in there and out. You know, but yeah, Leonard was a great fighter, great fighter. But my point is that, you know, just as how Leonard did that to the body with Hearns, anybody you start hitting them to the body, the thing is they have to protect your head. So if you're gonna go the shot to the body, make sure you're slipping the shot, or um, you have something in place to block a possible shot that will come back at you. So it's either you're gonna be shooting a body shot and you got your guard up, or you're shooting a body shot from an angle, like, you know, you get to the side of the guy and you throw the left hook, or you're slipping a shot and you're going to the body. All right, you can slip the jab and then the right hand, or you can slip the jab and then come up the center with your jab. So there's a lot of different ways to do it, you know, depending on what's the, you know, what effect you're trying to have on your opponent, right? But I just wanted to say this piece about Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia. A lot of people, for some reason, I don't know why, after the Sean Porter's fight, and the fact that Errol Spence hasn't faced Terrence Crawford yet, a lot of people are feeling that Errol Spence is soft or something. I don't know where they're getting this from. Sean Porter was given to give Errol Spence a lot of problems because of the skill set that he brings to the table, which Terrence Crawford doesn't have. Terrence Crawford doesn't have that skill set that Sean Porter brings. He doesn't have those quick feet that Sean Porter has. So it was different. And Errol, unlike when he fought Danny Garcia, where he was, you know, using his footwork and moving rather quickly, you know, Danny Garcia's not that fast. He wasn't doing that against Sean Porter. He was walking down. He started to walk down Sean Porter and beat him up. And he was just engaging Sean Porter. He was taking a step back and stuff like that. So it depends on what Errol Spence wants to bring to the game. Now, he likes to walk guys down, but Errol got to understand he can't walk everybody down. You know, some people are saying that Danny would catch Errol and drop him. Listen, Danny's a good fighter. If Errol puts himself in harm's way and he gets hit with the left hook, well, that's his problem. But for the most part, if you know Danny Garcia's weapon is his left hook, his right hand, you know, why would you try to get in the way of that? You just exclude that and go to work, right? Um, so and Errol's a southpaw on top of that. So Danny's gonna have to hook over uh, Errol's jab, and if Errol's doing a good job of jabbing, Danny will never catch him with the left hook. Never, never, because in and of itself, in the hook itself, in the jab itself is inbuilt defense. If Errol rolls the punch with the jab, in fact, he could hook Danny Garcia as Danny Garcia trying to hook him. You know what I'm saying? He could hook over Danny Garcia. So it's a lot of things will hook inside of Danny Garcia and still roll it. So, Errol's got a lot of options, and I think a lot of people are really not taking a good look at Errol Spence. Just because he got in an accident doesn't mean I'm seeing how he's coming back and everything. This boy, and he's motivated because he feels that people are counting him out and stuff. So he's highly motivated to really produce a pretty good performance. So we'll see how it all pans out in the end. But don't count Errol Spence out at the Danny Garcia fight. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk to me about boxing, just leave it in the community section or in the chat section. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and you can also donate by Western Union or MoneyGram. I'm out. Peace.